The pension plan debt was ignored for 30 years. Then, in 1997, the federal government claimed they saved the plan from collapse. Their solution was to sharply raise pension taxes. We wondered what kind of solution that was. Not only will our generation get smaller pensions than the older generation, our pension taxes will be doubled.
I think over the next 10 or 15 or 20 years, you'll see the younger generation, those moving into the workforce, becoming increasingly aware of the growing burden. You're going to see payroll taxes for CEP, the Canada Pension Plan, and the Quebec Pension Plan increase. You're going to see taxes generally increase to pay off the debt that's been left to future generations. And you'll see younger people finally waking up to the fact that they've been robbed, that there's been intergenerational theft going on here for 2 or 3 decades.
What really troubled us was that both the national and the pension plan debts were avoidable. Our political leaders had been warned.
You were warning Parliament about some of the perils of this debt and deficit.
Yes.
But clearly they kept spending.
Yes. And there's all kinds of evidence. I even drew pictures for them, graphs that showed the revenues like this and the expenditures like that. The debt curve going up in an exponential curve upwards. I mean, these things were all laid out so plainly that you couldn't fail to miss it.
But the Auditor General obviously can't control spending. He can only report on it and give...
The Auditor General's job is not to do that. That's Parliament's job. That's why you elect members of Parliament. They need information, and they get that information from the government, and they get it from the Auditor General.
The good information and expert advice from these auditors was ignored.
When I was at the cabinet table, and certainly people of my ilk well before my time, I don't think any consideration was given to the implications of amassing huge federal government deficits one after another, adding to the accumulated debt. And what we were doing was mortgaging the future of our children and children yet unborn. But as politicians, all we were concerned about was the next election. Vision for a politician is the next election. Eternity is the election after that. And beyond such a scope, I don't think politicians have the capacity to give much thought to decisions that are being made.